Hey everyone, I'm Natasha Wilkie. I'm a livestock and feed extension specialist out of the Weyburn Regional Office, and today we're here to talk about body condition scoring. So body condition scoring is a measurement of the fat accumulation or deposition on an animal. And so I mentioned it's a numerical rating, and it's a 1 to 5. And so at a 1, that means she doesn't have very much fat deposition, and so she's pretty skinny or underconditioned, what some people would say. At the opposite end, at a number 5, she's got a lot of fat deposition and she's usually overconditioned. And so what we want really on animals is that 2.5 to 3, that kind of Goldilocks position where it means she's got enough resources on her to meet those demands that come with lactating and late gestation, but you're not wasting feed resources on her. And so there's 4 different places, on an animal that you would measure the fat deposition. And so 1 is right along here at the short ribs. So it's behind the long ribs, but before the pelvis here. And the reason one of those places you would do here is that between the ends of the short ribs and the skin, there's no muscle. So it's all fat deposition. So if you push really hard, you can feel, whatever you're feeling there will be fat. It won't be anything else. The other places would be along the spine here and along on either side of the tail head, and then the hook and pin bones too, where her pelvis is. And so what you want to do is get your hands right in there and feel really hard. And so if you can feel like, here, I'll show you with my finger here. If it's like this and you can feel every single short rib of hers, that means she doesn't have very much fat accumulation, and that would probably be a 1 or 1.5 score. If you can feel really hard and you feel absolutely nothing, like no bones whatsoever, that means she's probably at a 5. And so she's got quite a bit of fat accumulation on her. What you want is at the ideal stage of 2.5 to 3 is where you would feel some of the ribs, but you wouldn't feel them all. And so that's where she would be at a 2.5 to 3. And so body condition scoring is a really easy tool that you can use on farm. It doesn't come with fancy gadgets. It's something simple, easy to learn. And so it's cost effective, like it costs you your labor, and that's about it. And so what you really want to know there, and you can use it on your farm as intensively as you want. You can either assess each individual animal and write down their scores and then break them into groups and manage those groups accordingly, feed them accordingly. Or you can just use it as a double check, I guess, to what you're seeing on that animal. If you think that she's a 2.5, then this is a way to double check that what you're actually seeing is that she's actually a 2.5. Because sometimes in the winter, as they get their winter coats on, they're a little bit fluffier, and that can be a little bit deceiving, as well as, when's the last time they ate? Sometimes that is a little deceiving as well as to if they look like they're skinny or not. And so that's an easy tool that you can use to implement on your farm. So when we talk about the body condition score of 5, it can cause issues as well with calving and cause dystocia. So that's why we want to keep them at that 2.5 to 3 piece. And for more information, please call the Agriculture Knowledge Center.